Good evening, you're now with me, Douglas Elliott, for TVS Nightline. Tonight's top stories. Victims of the regatta boat training incident safely laid to rest in their respective hometowns. Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Johari Tun Openg, is scheduled to deliver a keynote address at the Singapore International Energy Week 2024. And Prabowo Subianto officially sworn in as the 8th President of Indonesia. We begin with this. The bodies of all 5 regatta rowers involved in Friday's tragic training boat incident were discovered early this morning. Kuching Police Chief ACP Muhammad Farhan Lee said the bodies were found in the Sarawak River Barrage area, approximately 2.5 kilometers from where the boat had capsized.
Jadi semua sekali keseluruhan kita telah berjaya temui 5 mayat. Dalam kawasan ke-5 mayat ditemui adalah dalam radius lebih kurang antara 5 ni 500 meter persegi. Radius 500 meter lah dalam 5 mayat ni. Dan tempat pertemuan dengan tempat lokasi kejadian perahu karam tu adalah lebih kurang 2.5 kilometer jaraknya, ya.
According to the Sarawak Fire and Rescue Department JBPM Operations Centre, the bodies were discovered in stages between 6:16 a.m. and 7:09 a.m. The remains of 2 victims were located at 6:16 a.m., one at 6:40 a.m., while the Sarawak Coast Guard found another victim at 7:07 a.m. The last victim was recovered at 7:09 a.m. with the assistance of a drone. The 5 victims have been identified as 34-year-old Muhammad Iqmal Samail, Majuri Maharuf, 32, Muhammad Afiq Ishamuddin Asari, 26, Muhammad Khairul Bidin, 26, and the youngest, 23-year-old Muhammad Khairul Hisham Kasturi. On Friday, the training boat carrying 16 individuals overturned around 3:47 p.m. after being inundated by water from a passing fishing vessel. Only 11 of the 16 participants, who were employees of the Sarawak Security and Enforcement Unit UKPS, managed to escape to safety. The remains of 4 victims have been successfully laid to rest in their respective hometowns. This comes after post-mortem examinations were conducted at Sarawak General Hospital following the discovery of the bodies this morning. The first to be released from the mortuary was 26-year-old Muhammad Khairul Bidin. At 1:20 p.m., members of the Sarawak Security and Enforcement Unit UKPS paid tribute as his body departed, followed by solemn prayers. His body was laid to rest at Kampong Tambak Busa Cemetery in Betong. The remains of Muhammad Afiq Ishamuddin Asari was taken back to Kampong Rendawan in Sadong Jaya at 4 p.m., while Muhammad Iqmal Samail's body was handed over at 5 p.m. for burial at Kampong Tanjung Bundong Muslim Cemetery in Samarahan. Additionally, the remains of Muhammad Khairul Hisham Kasturi was handed over to his family at 5:25 p.m. for burial at Kampong Rebak Cemetery in Samarahan. Meanwhile, the burial for the last victim, Majuri Maharuf, is expected to be held after the dawn prayer tomorrow. He is said to be interred in his hometown of Balingan Muka.
Still in the same development, the Sarawak Security and Enforcement Unit UKPS will provide assistance to the families of the victims in the near future. Its director, Dr. Checkin stated that initial aid has already been distributed through the UKPS Welfare Club following reports of the incident. He added that UKPS will also consider further assistance for the victims' families based on the Sarawak Government Service Circular.
Yang kedua, kita akan ikut mekanisme dan peruntukan di dalam seperti EPF, SOSO dan sebagainya lah. Dan untuk hal-hal tambahan dan sebagainya, saya akan mohon nasihat kepada Yang Berhormat Datuk SS nanti.
He said this when met by reporters at the Forensic Department at Sarawak General Hospital regarding the participation of the UKPS team in the Sarawak Regatta Festival. Dr. Chai said it would be considered later after talks with the Office of the State Secretary. However, he did not rule out the possibility that the unit's participation in the festival might be withdrawn. He added that any decision on the matter will be made after further discussions on the next course of action, which will take place soon. Currently, he said, UKPS is handing over the investigation into the incident to the police, and the decision on whether to salvage the boat will be made after the police conclude their investigation.
Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Petinggi Tan Sri Johari Tun Openg arrived in Singapore on Sunday for a two-day working visit to the city-state. He is also scheduled to deliver a keynote address at the Singapore International Energy Week 2024 at the SANS Expo and Convention Centre on Monday.
Singapore International Energy Week (SIEW) is a platform that gathers energy leaders and experts from across the globe to discuss key trends and innovations in the energy sector. This year's event is expected to attract significant participation from both government officials and industry leaders. Abang Johari is also scheduled for several high-level meetings, including a meeting with the Scottish Minister for Business, Richard Lockhead, and discussions with Brunei's Deputy Minister of Energy, Datuk Sri Paduka Awang Muhammad Azmi Muhammad Hanifah. He will also hold several strategic meetings, including with Singapore's Senior Minister Teo Chee Hin and Singapore Minister of Education Chan Chun Sing, as well as a meeting with Mitsubishi's Heavy Industries Limited. He is scheduled to fly home on Tuesday.
Witness the beginning of an extraordinary journey where science, conservation and adventure converge. Mysteries await, and the underwater world holds its breath in anticipation of the secrets that will be unveiled. Diverse species of fish have made the rig their home. D30 has become a burgeoning artificial reef. The diversity of shapes and hues is an evolution from the original purpose of the rig. But what is truly remarkable is the speed at which this transformation has occurred, even at such depths. In just a short period, D30 has transformed from a decommissioned structure to a thriving young reef, pulsing with an orchestra of new marine life.
Welcome back. Hotel operators are being urged to adjust their check-in and check-out times to provide guests with a minimum of 23 hours of accommodation per day. This follows complaints from guests questioning why some hotels set their check-in times at 4 p.m. while their check-out time at 11 a.m. the next morning. The call comes from Tourism, Arts and Culture Minister Datuk Sri Cheong King Sing, who explained that a 23-hour stay is standard practice in many countries and enhances guest satisfaction without compromising on cleanliness or service quality.
In a Facebook post, Cheong acknowledged that hotels aim to minimize costs and maximize profits, but he emphasized that customer satisfaction should be the priority. He said, if guests are happy with what they pay for, hotels will ultimately benefit. Cheong also addressed concerns from hotel operators about labor shortages affecting room preparation. He assured that he will work with the Human Resources Ministry and the Home Ministry to tackle these issues, including simplifying the process for hiring foreign workers. He added that the current rules don't prioritize the hospitality industry when it comes to permits for foreign workers, which is affecting the workforce workforce. He added that he will collaborate with the relevant departments to find solutions, including the National Academy of Arts, Culture and Heritage, Aswara, to develop courses on cleaning and hotel room maintenance, as well as to raise service standards and efficiency.
Prabowo Subianto was sworn in as the President of Indonesia on Sunday at a ceremony in the capital, Jakarta. The 73-year-old former general took the oath at Parliament, taking the reins of the world's fourth most populous nation and succeeding outgoing leader Joko Widodo.
Demi Allah, saya bersumpah akan memenuhi kewajiban Presiden Republik Indonesia dengan sebaik-baiknya dan seadil-adilnya, memegang teguh Undang-Undang Dasar dan menjalankan segala undang-undang dan peraturannya dengan selurus-lurusnya, serta berbakti kepada nusa dan bangsa.
Prabowo won by a first-round landslide in the February vote, held by the support of running mate Gibran Rakabuming Raka, the 37-year-old son of Widodo. At the ceremony, Prabowo pledged to prioritize the interests of all Indonesians and fight corruption while ensuring the protection of democracy. He reaffirmed Indonesia's commitment to a non-aligned foreign policy, but signaled a stronger presence on the international stage. Tens of thousands lined the streets of Jakarta to witness the historic event, with international diplomats and dignitaries in attendance, including Malaysia's Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim. In a Facebook post, Anwar congratulated Prabowo and affirms Malaysia's commitment to strategic partnership with Indonesia. He expressed his confidence that Prabowo will enhance collaboration with Malaysia and elevate the region's standing on the global stage. As Indonesia's 8th president, Prabowo now leads Southeast Asia's largest economy and a population of 280 million, half of whom are under the age of 30. However, his rise to power is not without controversy. While his reputation has been rebranded to appeal to younger voters, some critics worry about the future of democracy and human rights under his leadership. Prabowo has faced accusations of human rights abuses during his military career, including the alleged abduction of democracy activists in the late 1990s, charges he has consistently denied.
And that's all the updates on TVS Nightline tonight. I'm Douglas Elliott. Thank you for watching.